Let's move to the San Francisco 49ers, my friend. Look, this organization is so good. They extend their John Lynch, who's done a fantastic job in management.
Fantastic job. An all-time job.
And you know what he did, dude? He just like keeps adding defensive linemen to this group. And I was looking at their cap situation. I was kind of laughing because D Ford, I found it interesting when they traded D Ford over to the Colts. And I was just like, well, they had the defensive line depth to do it. I think they got a first-round pick. They paid a second-round pick to Kansas City a year ago. They basically flipped them for a first-round pick. But when they did that, they opened up like 15 mil of cap room. I mean, it was crazy the amount of cap space they did. Garoppolo, their quarterback, who I know people are down on because he missed like 2 throws or 2 reads in the Super Bowl. Hey, in his first 16 games as a starter, he went to the damn Super Bowl. So I'm not a seller on Garoppolo at all. Do I think he's as good as Russell Wilson? No. But I think he's going to get better as a quarterback. Okay?
Yeah.
I like him better than Jared Goff. I do.
I do for sure. I think he's got what it takes, man. For
I
sure.
do.
He's an NFL quarterback, and he's more than likely going to have some rings to go with those fingers, right?
Especially with this organization, bro. And,
Yeah.
You get rid of I'm sorry, I said D Ford. I meant I did mean D Ford. Maybe I misspoke. But anyway, but what they ended up doing is they get these early draft picks, and then they add Kinlaw in the draft, who's another fantastic defensive lineman. They just keep adding juice to this defensive line, which is fantastic, which makes everybody else. If you get a pass rush with 4 consistently, it makes your defensive back elite, even if they're not, and they're pretty damn good too. So, I mean, dude, there's no weakness on this team, none, other than potentially wide receiver right now because Jalen Hurd just got hurt, Deebo Samuel's a little bit injured, so they're going to be banged up to start the year. But this is a Kyle Shanahan offense. He could have crap wide receivers and still scheme them open. This is like one of the best schemes in the league. I don't know how you could be a seller on this team other than potentially they have the Super Bowl hangover thing looming over their heads if you buy into that.
I mean, that's a real thing. I think that exists.
I do.
I do. I don't think it has to happen, but I think it has happened more than it hasn't.
I agree. I think what it comes down to is leadership and experience. If you lose a Super Bowl, like the Patriots lost a Super Bowl to the Eagles. Did they have a Super Bowl hangover? No. Right?
No.
I just feel like this team, and I felt this way, to be honest with everybody. I felt this way last year with the Rams. I felt like the organization was strong enough to make another run. But as we talked about in part 1, Sean McVay kind of just was broken, I think, mentally by Bill Belichick. And McVay changed. So the leadership changed, and I think it permeated through the whole kind of organization, and they finished 7th in the conference. I don't see that happening with Shanahan. I don't see that Shanahan's stubborn enough, and he has enough ego to keep doing what he's doing, which is run the ball down everybody's throats and use that play action pass with Garoppolo downfield. I think this is going to be a team. I think they'll be back in the playoffs. I'm not worried about them at all. So let me hit you with the over-under, Brett. Over-under, San Francisco 49ers, 10.5 wins.
That's what I was going to guess, and I'm going to go over. Yeah, I was going to say 10.5.
10.5, you're on the over. So you think they finish 11-5 at worst?
I think they're a 12-14.
Man, that's a tough one. From 10.5 is a big line, dude. That's a big line. And it's a tough division. We talked about Seattle. I wrote down under, but I'm going to change it. I'm going to succumb to the peer pressure.
Boy.
Yeah, man. 11. Look, man, their defensive line is arguably, in my opinion, they are the best in the NFL. And that makes your defensive backfield easily top 5 in the NFL. If you can get a pass rush with 4, you can drop more people into the coverage. Your linebackers are good. The defense is set and strong, and I don't think it's a defense that you can scheme around because they're so damn fast. And that, I'm sorry, a pass rush with the front 4 is the great neutralizer in sports.
Right.
And I remember watching them week 2 of last season. We talked about it on the show. I'm just like, I don't think I've ever seen a defensive line play as fast as this thing. Bosa's a revelation.
He's unbelievable.
And Shanahan can run the ball with any running back. I love Mostert. Coleman's just fine as well. They have George Kittle at tight end, and I think
he's a beast.
Let me tell you a little story about Shanahan in the offense. When Mike and Kyle Shanahan went to Washington and they took over that first year, do you remember the Redskins the football team now, made the trade for Donovan McNabb? Do you remember that? They traded like a second-round pick.
No, I don't remember. Go ahead.
It was brutal to watch. And what was brutal is I kept seeing this team who had basically no talent and Donovan McNabb would drop back, and there would be a wide receiver who you'd never heard of, wide open 20 yards down the field on a deep in route, and Donovan McNabb would just throw the ball into the ground because he wasn't accurate at all. And all season long that year, I'm just like, the receivers are freaking wide open. I think nobody could get the ball to the receivers. They were open, and the receivers were not that good. And that's why, like, when RG3 went there, he had such a crazy rookie year because he could just throw the ball accurately to a wide open wide receiver for that 1 year.
Imagine that. For
that 1 year. That's that magical thing, and they went to the playoffs, and I think they would have beaten the Seahawks, by the way, if he didn't have, like, a torn ACL in that game. But, dude, like, Shanahan's offense, I'm a believer in it. Garoppolo is good enough to get it done. I think he'll be just fine. I think he'll continue to ascend.
Yeah,
I got to go 11-5 as the floor in this team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
me too. 11-5 is the floor, man.
I'm on the
over.
over.
They are so well-rounded, and they're so hard to deal with. I think it's going to be great for them. I really do.
It's going to be fun. Dude, like, what are we, like 3 weeks away from the start of the season?
I think so, man.
My gosh,
yeah.
I can't wait. I cannot wait for it.
Unbelievable.
I need football in my life.
We need something in 2020 to just be normal and work out properly.
It'd be nice to, yeah, I know. It'd be nice to smile.
It would be nice to smile. Yeah. That would be really...
Have something to smile about.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Need it, man. This country needs it too, dude. Like, the healing power
of sports. The country
sports.
needs it. The country needs the healing power of football. Well said, Sean.
Yeah, and it's, the college football is, really up in the air. A lot of conferences at this point are saying, we'll punt, we'll play in spring, which screws up the whole season. So, like, there are regions of football that are big college football towns, and they aren't getting it. And so, like, we need the NFL, and I'm confident the NFL will get it done. So people keep asking me in my book and everything, are we going to get a season? We'll get a season. We'll get a Super Bowl champ. Don't worry about it. It might be a little bit later than we want. Might be in spring of next year, but we'll get a Super Bowl champ, and it will be a beautiful thing, and we'll all smile.
Like positivity.
Except for the team that loses the Super Bowl. But other than that, we'll all smile. So, hey, everybody. Hey, a lot of value in this division, guys. Especially Seattle right now as a Super Bowl at plus 1,800 Super Bowl odds. I like that value. San Francisco's at plus 900. I don't love the value as much. I mean, I like the pick, but I don't love the value as much as I like, kind of Seattle at basically double those odds. So, there you go. Go out. Hey, everybody, have a great week. Go out, make some bets. Be good to one another. Get paid.